Blessed create, blessed soul, don't keep the Prabhupada both of the protected home. The most welcome collection, people come some instrument. Shashana Pasha Sadesh, Tata Krishna, Static Ram Krishna, Deva, Temple, Purusha Amaham Bhajami.
Check and see what's happening.
The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow down to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him, ecstatic prema emanates. By him, ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, and the Lord and Master of devotees. O Master, be merciful unto us. Give us a shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds, and we take shelter at your lotus feet. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Bando Mui Sabadana Mate. Bando Mui Sabadana Mate. Jahara Prachare Pai Eva Vatori Akai. Jahara Prachare Pai Eva Vatori Akai. Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Ate. Prapti Hoy Jaha. Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Ate. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Pitete Kori Agya. Guru Mukha Padmavakya Pitete Kori Agya. Arna Kori Omane Asha. Arna Kori Omane Asha. Guru Charane Rati Ese Utama Gati. Sri Guru Charane Rati Ese Utama Gati. Jai Prasade Pure Sarva Asha. Jai Prasade Pure Sarva Asha. Sujana Tiloke Jamme Jamme Kabuse. Sakudana Diloke Jamme Jamme Kabuse. Divya Ganre Prakashito. Divya Ganre Prakashito. Prema Bhakti Ahate Atichave Nata Jate. Prema Bhakti Ahate Atichave Nata Jate. Vede Gaya Hara Charito. Vede Gaya Hara Charito. Sri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adamajanara Bandhu. Sri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adamajanara Bandhu. Loka na lokera jipana. Loka na lokera jipana. Prabhu Koro Joya Deho More Parachaya. Aha Prabhu Koro Joya Deho More Parachaya. Deve Jasha Dukshu Tripubana. Deve Jasha Dukshu Tripubana. Srila Prabhupada Tita Pavana. Prabhupada Tita Pavana. Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya, Jaya, Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prastaya, Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin, Iti Namine. Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschacha Deshtatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasa Adikora Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Advaita Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasa Adikora Bhakta Vrinda.
Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadada, Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Chaitanya,
Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Srivasa Adikora Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Srivasa Adikora Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Koro Omabina Keto Yaru Jagatam Sare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Koro Oma Vina Kedar Jagantam Patita Pavana Hetu Nava Avatar Samapatita Prabhu Nava Deha Patita Pavana Hetu Nava Avatar Samapatita Prabhu Nava Deha Aha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi Vipambolo Boro Ami Boro Duki Aha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi Vipambolo Boro Ami Boro Duki Toya Koro Shriya Toya Koro Shriya Jaya Prabhu Srinivas Mama Chandra Sangha Toya Koro Shriya Advaita Gosai Baba Kripa Vale Chaitanya Nika Bolo Toya Koro Sita Mati Advaita Gosai Baba Kripa Vale Chaitanya Nika Ahasarishana Rupa Ravuna Mandan Shuka Shriji Prabhu Lokana Ahasarishana Rupa Ravuna Ripa Pale Chaitanya Nita Kaya Korosiya Acharya Prabhu Srinivas Mama Chandra Sangha Bhage Narottamata Kaya Korosiya Acharya Prabhu Srinivas Chandra Sangha Bhage Narottamata Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Jai Om Vishnu Paramahamsa Hari Vrajagacharya Ashtotara Sata Shrishimati Divine Grace of Boy Charnar in the Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Anantakota Vaishnava Brinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Sikaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shaimakunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhana Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. Nilachala Jagannath-puri Dham Ki Jai. Dwarka Dham Ki Jai. ISKCON Vancouver Burnaby New Gokula Dham Ki Jai. Shri Shri Gauranitai Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Madana Mohana Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Madana Gopala Ki Jai. Shri Shri Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Sudarshan Chakra Ki Jai. Gaura Premanandi, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai, Sri Pradanga, Srila Prabhupada, Transcendental Book Production, Distribution, Studying, and Prabhupada Marathon Ki Jai. ISKCON Samstapika Charja, BBT Samstapika Charja. His Divine Grace of Boy Charnar in the Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Gangamaya Ki Jai, Yamunamaya Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Huh? Okay. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
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 Jaya Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradari
Jaya Gopi Shalabha Girvaradari
Jaya Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradari
Jai Gopi Janama Girvaradari
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana
Yamunatira Vanachari
Yamunatira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Jamuna Tira Vanachari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava. Jaya Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Gopi Janavala Girivaradari.
Jai Gopi Girvardhari.
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada.
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev.
Nitai Gora Haribo, Haribo, Haribol, Nitai Gora Haribo.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Canto 10 of the Srimad Bhagvatam. Chapter 47, the Song of the Bee. Quite an amazing chapter. One of the very, very best chapter of the entire book. And today's verse is text 59. Kvemastriyo vanacharir vyapichara dustaha.
Premastriyo vanacharevya vichari dushtaha.
Krishne kvachesa paramatmani ruddha bhavaha.
Krishna Kachaisha Paramatma Niruddha Bhavaha.
Nan vishvaro nubhajato vidusopi sakshat.
Nan Vishvaro Nuvajito Vidusho Pishakshat.
Shreyashtanyo jagadaraja ivopayuktaha.
Shriyastano Jagadara Jivo Payuktaha.
Kvemastriyo vanacharir vyabichara dustaha.
Kvemastriyo Vanacharivya Bichara Tushtaha.
Krishne kvachesa paramatmani ruddha bhavaha.
Krishna Kwachaisa Paramatma Niruddha Bhavaha.
Nan vishvaro nubhajato vidusopi sakshat.
Nan Vishvaro Nubhuvatato Vidusho Vishakshat.
Shreyasjano gadaraja ivo payuktaha.
Shreyastano Jagadara Jaivo Payuktaha.
Kvemastriyo vanacharir vyabichara dustaha.
Vemastriyo Vanacharivya Vichari Dushtaha.
Krishne kvachesa paramatmani ruddha bhavaha.
Krishna Kwachaisa Paramatma Niruddha Bhava.
Nan vishvaro nubhajato vidusho pisakshat.
Nam Vishvaro Nubhujito Vidusho Pishakshat.
Shreyasjano gadaraja vio payuktaha.
Shriyastano Jagadara Jaivona Payuktaha. Kvemastriyo Vanacharivya Vichari Dushtaha.
Vemahatriyo vanacharirvyabhicharajustaha.
Krishna Kwachaisa Paramatma Niruddha Bhavaha.
Krishne kvachaita paramatmani ruddha bhavaha.
Nan Vishvaro Nubhujito Vidusho Pishakshat.
Nanishvaro navichato vidushopi sakcha.
Priya Tano Jagadara Jaivo Payuktaha.
Veyastano agata raja vipo yuktaha.
Kvemastriyo vanacharir vipachara dushtaha.
Vimahasriyo vanacharirvyabhicharajustaha.
Krishne kvachaisha paramatmani ruddha bhava.
Krishne kvachaisa paramatmani ruddha bhava.
Nan vishvaron bhavacho jato vidusho pishakshat.
Nanvishvaro nubhajato vidusopi sakshat.
Shreyasthanophya gadaraja vivo payukta.
Sveyatanoti agadda raja vipopayuktaha.
Premastriyo vanacharirya vichara dushta.
Vimosriyo Vanachari Vyabhichara Dustaha
Krishne Kvakchaisha Paramatmani Buddha Bhava
Krishne Kvachaisa Paramatmani Buddha Bhavaha
Nanvishvaro Bhajato Vidusho Vishakshat
Nanvishvaro no Vijato Viduso Pisakcha
Shreyasthanotya Gadaraja Ivo Payutta
Jayastanayo Agada Raja Vipo Payuttaha.
On the Bloomland, anybody would like to recite? Go ahead.
Okay. Femastriyo Vanacharir Vavichara Dustaha Krishna Kvachesha Parani Ludabhavaha Nav Ishvaro Nubajato Vidusho Pishaksha Kriye Yashtanoti Agada Raja Ivo Payuktaha. Thank you.
I can do it now. Kemasteryo vanacharir vayabhachara dushta Krishne kavaseche parmatmani rudabhava Naneshwaro nabhujato vidusopi shaksha Shreyashtaneddo agada raja evopayokta. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to word for word. Kva,
Qua,
where in comparison?
where, comparison,
Imaha,
imaha,
these.
is,
Striyaha,
triha,
women.
women,
Vana,
vana,
in the forest.
in the forest,
Chari,
charihi,
who wander.
who wander,
Vyabhichara,
vyabhichara,
by improper behavior.
by improper behavior,
Dushta,
dushtaha,
contaminated.
contaminated,
Krishna,
Krishna,
or Krishna.
for Krishna,
Kvacha,
kvacha,
and where.
and where,
Ishaha,
yeshaha,
this.
this,
Parama Atmani,
paramaatmani,
for the Supreme Soul.
for the Supreme Soul,
Ruda Bhavaha,
Rudabhavaha,
stage of perfect love,
states of perfect love,
known technically as Mahabhava.
known technically as Mahabhava,
Nanu,
Nanu,
certainly.
certainly,
Ishvaraha,
Ishvaraha,
the personality of Godhead.
Krishna of Godhead,
Anubhajataha,
Anubhajitaha,
to one who constantly worships him.
the one who constantly worships him,
Avidushaha,
Avidushaha,
not learned.
not learned,
Happy,
Api,
even though.
even though,
Sakshat,
Shakshat,
directly.
directly,
Shreyaha,
Jayaha,
the highest good.
highest good,
Tanoti,
Tanoti,
bestows.
bestows,
Agada,
Agada,
of medicines.
of medicines,
Rajaha,
Raja,
the king,
The king.
namely the nectar which the demigods drink for long life.
Namely, the nectar which the demigods drink for a long life.
Eva,
Eva,
as if,
as if,
upayuktaha,
upayuktaha,
taken. Translation: how amazing it is that these simple women who wander about the forest, seemingly spoiled by improper behavior, have achieved the perfection of unalloyed love for Krishna, the Supreme Soul. Still, it is true that the Supreme Lord Himself awards His blessings even to an ignorant worshipper, just as the best medicine works even when taken by a person ignorant of its ingredients. Please repeat. How amazing it is
How
how
amazing,
amazing it is
that these simple women
that these simple women
that these simple women
who wander about the forest,
who wander about
wander about the forest,
seemingly spoiled by improper behavior,
seemingly
seemingly
spoiled,
spoiled by improper behavior,
have achieved the perfection
have achieved
having
the
achieved the
perfection
perfection
of unalloyed love for Krishna,
of
of
unalloyed,
unalloyed love for Krishna,
the Supreme Soul.
the Supreme Soul.
the Supreme Soul.
Still, it is true that the Supreme Lord Himself
Still, it is true that the
Still, it
Supreme
is true that the Supreme Lord Himself
awards His blessings
awards His
awards
blessing
His blessings
even to an ignorant worshipper,
even to an ignorant
even to an
worshiper,
ignorant worshipper,
just as the best medicine
just as the best
just as
medicine
the best medicine
works even when taken by a person ignorant of its ingredients.
works even
even
taken by
when
a person ignorant of its ingredients.
Purport: the use of the word kva in the first two lines indicates a sharp contrast between apparently incompatible items. In this case, the apparently insignificant and even impure position of the gopis, mentioned in the first line, and their attainment of the highest perfection of life, mentioned in the second. In this regard, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti describes three types of adulterous women. The first is a woman who enjoys both her husband and a lover, being faithful to neither. Both ordinary society and the scriptures condemn this conduct. The second type of adulterous woman is she who abandons her husband to enjoy only with her lover. Society and scriptures also condemns this behavior, although such a fallen woman may be said to at least have the good quality of dedicating herself to a single man. The last kind of adulterous woman is she who abandons her husband and enjoys in the attitude of being a lover of the Supreme Lord alone. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti explains that although foolish common people criticize this position, such behavior is condemned by those who are wise in spiritual science. Therefore, learned members of society and the revealed scriptures praise such single-minded devotion to the Lord. Such was the gopis' behavior. Thus, the term vyabhichara dushtaha, corrupted by deviation, indicates the apparent resemblance between the gopis' behavior and that of ordinary adulterous women. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Sharakaya Chakshuron Militam Dhyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Stapitam Yedam Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Panchakarpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutari Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tiramani Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishni Shashiravadi Pashata Deshatavini Kremastriyo Vanacharir Vyabhichara Dushtaha Krishne Kvachaisa Paramatmani Rudabhavaha Nan Vishvaro Nubhajato Vidushopi Sakshat Shreyastanyo Gada Raja Ivo Payuktaha. How amazing it is that these simple women who wander about the forest, seemingly spoiled by improper behavior, have achieved the perfection of unalloyed love for Krishna, the Supreme Soul. Still, it is true that the Supreme Lord himself awards his blessings even to an ignorant worshipper, just as the best medicine works even when taken by a person ignorant of its ingredients. Those verses are perfect antidote for against material existence. Why antidote? Because agada is a medicine, but specifically refers to a medicine that is an antidote. An antidote, not to be confused with the word anecdote. Antidote is something that is anti-something. Like if you get bitten by a serpent, they have antidotes. They develop antidotes for this. They can inject you an antidote and you will be cured this way. So it is an antidote because it is describing what is actually the highest good in life, the Shreya. This is a lot in this verse. I was reading this verse this morning, last night. And there's a lot to be deciphered, to be found when you dig deeper. And Uddhava here is speaking to the gopis. And is suggesting we dig a little deeper with the word vyabhichara. Vyabhichara in grammar refers to a second meaning of a word and subsequent several other meanings of words. Like if you pay attention, let's continue on with this word agada. Agada Raja. Do you remember something that sounds like agada Raja?
Vipacherena Bhakti Yogena Sivata. It's a verse from the Bhagavad Gita.
I'm sure, no, this is Vyabhichara. Vyabhichara, I was coming to this one, but agada Raja. Agada Raja. But that's a good observation on your part, Jai Govinda Prabhu. So if we go back to verse 40, there is the expression here, Gadagraja. Gadagraja. Gada Garaja. Gada Agraja, Krishna, the elder brother of Gada. And here we have Agadaraja. You see? This is called a play on words. He is showing in this way, is like nodding at the gopis. Even though he's saying avidusha, not learned. See, we have to see that although very serious subject matter, Lord Krishna, the gopis, Uddhava, they have not lost their sense of humor. They at times hide their very high intelligence, their very high cleverness in seemingly simple language, or like the gopis, they pretend to be just women wandering in the forest, right? But they are not such simple, uneducated women. They're above jnanis and the best of yogis. With the words that Uddhava is using, he is suggesting that this vanachari is actually a great austerity. To go in the forest like this in the dead of night, he is comparing them to yogis. You know, the yogis, ascetic, they will go to the forest to meditate in caves, in mountain caves. And those people might think they are superior to the gopis, but actually they have surpassed all of those people. It's not it should be seen that is not exactly meaning what he says when he says that they are just simple women. Some people is referring to some people that might be considering like this. You might be thinking like this, but actually we see what is really thinking when he says that they have achieved Ruda Bhava. There's is so much. It's difficult to choose. So where to start? So of course there's this verse Vyabhichara, and we're reminded from this verse, 14th chapter, verse 26. Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevati sagunan samatityetan brahma bhuyaya kalpati. So is a subtle reference to this verse here that they have attained this Brahman platform. They are completely, nothing is missing in the gopis. They are Brahman realized. Paramatma is indicate, yes. The yogis, they realize the Paramatma. They have realized the Paramatma. And Bhagavan, Krishna is there. Krishna is also mentioned. So nothing is missing in the gopis' realization. There's a lot to be also understood in this expression, vyabhichara dushtaha. So dushtaha, here the translator are giving the synonym contaminated. But actually, it's maybe they were hesitating to even put down the gopis even more, because dushta, long A, actually refers specifically to an unchaste, unfaithful woman. I've taken a few notes here. So vyabhichara is the infidelity of a wife. And is suggesting that they've isolated themselves in this way. They are complaining that Krishna is left. Okay, he has left them alone, but is kind of pointing in a clever way that they are the one who have started this kind of behavior by leaving their husband and going to Krishna in the dead of night. And some people will definitely see this as a deviation. With the word kva, where. He is showing, where are you going with this kind of behavior? People will question your behavior. Where in the not literal sense, but in the imagery that it can bring of in a more abstract meaning. Not where physically, but where is your mind when you behave like this? But nothing is wrong. See, with Agadaraja, it could be also understood as one who reigns supreme in the realm of free of affliction. Because Agada doesn't mean, it primarily refers to perfect health. So one could questions the health, the mental health of the gopis. Have they lost their mind, right, to behave like this? And we see how they were talking earlier. They were just all over the place in their emotion. There's this emotion, unmada, this bewilderment. But in fact, they are not lacking any good sense mentally. They are totally there. This is all on the spiritual platform. Earlier we see, Shukadev Goswami, they were pacified. He's also joking, Shukadev Goswami. The Lord Krishna's messages are being relieved them of their fever of separation. It's not really serious when he says that, because here they just said, Govinda, please lift your Gokula out of the ocean of distress in which it is drowning. That's how they finished their statement. They're drowning in an ocean of distress. And then Shukadev Goswami, yes, they have been relieved of their fever of separation. This message was for those who have not understood what is going on here. And is also to test us who will agree with what Uddhava was saying with them, this Sankhya philosophy of you have to control your mind. And who among the gopis, because there's different classification of gopis there. Some have an internal potency of Krishna, but some are perfected yogis. Who among those gopis will be pacified with this? It's a test to see where they are at in their evolution, spiritual evolution. Who will agree with this? Who will subscribe to this kind of philosophy? And who will reject it? And remain absorbed in this mood of separation. Ruda Bhava. Bhava is an interesting word in itself. It means to be, the idea of being, existing. So they are existing in this Ruda. Oh, I didn't. Which means it is growing, it is perfecting, it is not a static feeling. They are still in the process of becoming more and more Krishna conscious. Three types of unfaithful women, and it's interesting to see that the third one is the one that the gopis belong to. The last kind of adulterous woman. They abandon their husband to take Krishna as their lover. There's so much to be said, I'm forgetting most of it, because this is very intimidating, talking about the gopis. You will forgive me for having such moment of silence sometime. It is kind of pretentious on my part to sit here and talk about this.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. But there's this verse I was thinking you could write this verse with golden letters. It's on a black background. Put a golden frame around it. Put it on your wall. Every day offer obeisance to this verse. Recite this verse. And for whoever can enter deeply into the meaning of this verse and imbibe it in his daily life will certainly go back to Godhead in this lifetime. This is one of the most beautiful verse I have read in the Srimad Bhagvatam. This Song of the Bee, this chapter is perhaps the most important chapters of all the Bhagavatam, even superior, for some reason, superior even to the Rasa dance itself. The Rasa dance was like a prerequisite, a first scene, so that we can have this feeling of separation. How can you have separation if there was never a union? A deep, very ecstatic union of the highest caliber, that is the Rasa dance. So we think this is a culmination, there's nothing superior to this. But now we come to the Song of the Bee, and maybe we can appreciate that this is actually more enjoyable to the gopis and Krishna. It seems that there's a better perfection. The Rasa dance is perfect, and this is even more perfect, because there could be some flaw when you're with somebody, and there could be some awkward moment, and there could be something that you consider not perfect. You're driving somewhere, you're on a vacation with your wife, and maybe now you have a flat tire, or there's a traffic jam, and so it's not going really as you would like it to go, or you get to the beach and then it starts raining. So, but if you're separated and then you're imagining being on vacation with your wife, then you can create a perfect situation, because you're the one, you're the dreamer. You're not the dream, you're the dreamer. So you decide upon what is going on. You have more of a grip on the narrative here. So that's what we see here now. Krishna is not there, but is there indirectly in the form of Uddhava. So they can talk to Uddhava. They can express themselves. Oh, does he remember us? Oh, he's probably not remembering us. The women of the city, they are sophisticated. They are more educated. There's more people there, more is the city life. It's more hectic lifestyle. So it's probably caught up in all these activities and all these people. So maybe he has forgotten us now. And they can lament, but it's not a lamentation that is disturbing, that is bringing sadness. It is a mood. It is a rasa. It has a very beautiful taste. So this separation gives the opportunity of the gopis to be in that state. As for us, we're in the material world, we do lament. We do this true lamentation that brings sadness and disturbance and great despair. So this is the antidote for us, the transformation. Vyabhichara, transitory, it's giving the idea of a transition for us to transition from material consciousness to spiritual consciousness. And another imagery that Uddhava is introducing with the word vyabhichara are the 34 state of mind that someone can transition into. And the gopis have shown this earlier. And I will just mention 4. One of them is Chinta, there's Moha, Unmada, and Harsha. Harsha, the laughing, smiling. So, and we know Unmada, this is a word that Radhika Devi likes to use. Unmada, they shows kind of they're going madly in love. Right? Moha into illusion, Chitta into anxiety. So they're showing something that it is dynamic. That's what this Ruta Bhava is suggesting, that they have a dynamic progression in their Krishna consciousness. They have grown. They have evolved quite a bit already to have reached the stage of being a gopi. And it is referring to this verse, Bahunam Janmanamante, after many births. Those who are great souls, they realize that Krishna is God. So they have already progressed significantly in their lives, in their devotional lives.
Actually,
yes, go ahead.
These gopis are eternally perfect. They've not progressed. They're not like us. How can you say that? They're eternally perfect. There's no progression.
But there's a progression for some of them. No,
this is not the status of the gopis. This is eternally perfect soul. They've never come down like us.
Well, some of them are yogis, perfected yogis. They are not just one type of. But still, even when you're perfect, you can still become more perfect and more perfect. in the
Okay.
sense of, see, sometimes you to help understand a word, you go to its antonym, right? The opposite meaning. Like one, we have, there was the word, forget, can this stita bhava, staya bhava, that you're fixed into one type of mood. And that by Ruda Bhava is saying is something opposite to this. It is more of a fluid nature, that your mood can be changing and can be evolving. Ishvara, another word that may remind us of a important verse of the Bhagavad Gita, verse 61, chapter 18. Ishvara sarva bhutanam riddesha arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudani mayaya. The Ishvara, and here they're talking about Ishvara and Paramatma. So they have a connection with the Paramatma. He is directing. They are wandering in the forest to go meet Krishna. He is inspiring this Ruda Bhava in their heart. And what is this Agada, this antidote? It's Anubhajata, constant worship of Lord Krishna. This is what we should understand today. If we want to take the antidote of Krishna consciousness, it is worshiping Krishna continuously. And this brings us to another verse. Satatam kirtayanto mam. The idea of there's no cessation.
Nityam Bhagavat.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, yes. Also, another play on word that is saying kva and vana. This brings to mind the word kvana. Kvana means the sound of a musical instrument. So what is the sound of a musical instrument in the forest? That is Krishna's flute.
Birds.
Yes, but specifically here, the women they are wandering in the forest at night because they heard Krishna's flute. So it's another clever slasha on the part of Uddhava, is bringing lots of imagery like this. See, is not really thinking like this, that they have improper behavior, that they are unfaithful women. It's just saying on the surface, someone may be thinking like this, but is showing that unequivocally with the word Shreya, that we should not be thinking like this. They have actually attained Shreya. They are engaged in Shreya, the best possible outcome of one's life, of one's behavior. This is what they're exemplary in giving this example of what is the Shreya for human beings, is to love God. And when he's saying avidusha, again, is kind of joking. Someone might think that they are uneducated village women. But far from this. They've perfected all knowledge. They have attained the perfection of knowledge. They've understood all the Vedas. They perform all the sacrifices. already. They already perfected their lives. So he's saying like this, is kind of joking with them. All people might think this of you, but we know that you're not avidya, you're not dushta, a low-class woman, unfaithful to her husband. This is definitely not you. It might appear this way, but it is definitely not this way, because you're sakshat, you're taking direct dictation directly from the Paramatma about this bhav, this love, this affection. And this affection is growing now. Because you're separated from Krishna, this mood of separation is permitting your love and your affection, your attachment toward Krishna to grow even more. There's always progress. It's very ecstatic, like I was saying before in previous classes. Krishna consciousness is not a static mood, it's not a static process. It's always ecstatic because there's always movement, there's always going closer and closer to Krishna, going deeper and deeper in your attachment and love. Discovering more and more about your own self, because we're very complex beings. And Krishna is the most complex and most, he says, I'm the most secret of all secrets. This for many years I was wondering, what does that mean, the most secret of all secret?